I'm a man with a plan to sit right here on this bed so me can tell you how to play Adina, the Brain Destroyer. So, welcome to the right way to play Adina. Now, some of you might be asking, why did I just call her the Brain Destroyer? Well, not to scare people off this character, but in essence, you're not learning 4 abilities and a passive when you play Adina. You're learning 9 abilities on a randomly generated cycle that can be manipulated, and 3 more abilities that can be created through that manipulation. And the manipulation itself is an ability, and a passive on top of all of that. 14 abilities on one character. Roll out the red carpet, baby, because I think Nimble Neuron just set a new world record for the amount of stuff they can fit onto one character. So strap in, baby, because there's a lot to unpack here. But first, let's go over the builds. If you came here for that, I'm not gonna make you sit and wait until the end of the video to do that. But if you could do us a favor and hit subscribe, that would make you really cool. Yeah, well, believe it or not, Adina has been designed as a skill amp arcane using character. So you can basically just copy the exact builds that I used for Bianca in the right way to play Bianca. Since it's very early in the release, I recommend using this one. This factory start build is really good when there's just too many people starting in Cemetery. The main skill amp build for arcane casters is this one right here. Run this one once there's not a billion Adinas in every single match. I've been using this one for Bianca for a very long time, so I already know that it's going to work with Adina. Now let's get into Adina's skills. This is going to be a little bit weird because it makes more sense to talk about her R right after her passive. Yeah, this is a bit of a doozy, but stick with me. I'm going to condense it down as much as possible. You can even say it's a little Cancer. Get it? You know, like the constellation? Please just stop. Adina's passive is Stargazing. She randomly generates star signs into a pool from sun, moon, and star. Each sign has its own unique effect. The best way to remember it is that sun is damage over time, moon is crowd control, and star is go fast. Consuming all signs in your pool gives Adina a move speed increase and generates new star signs. And your next basic attack applies a slow. Also, hitting an enemy with a sun sign applies combust, which does 4% of the target's max HP each second for 3 seconds. Alright, out of order for a second, Adina's R is Celestial Prophecy. Its passive effect is that having 2 signs that are the same next to each other in the pool empowers your next cast, creating a conjunct. Specifically, 2 suns empowers your Q, 2 moons empowers your W, and 2 stars empowers your E. It's very important to note that using the empowered cast doesn't put your ability on cooldown. Its active effect is that you can pull a sign out of your pool and save it and swap it into your pool at any time. Adina's Q is Luminary. It's a line skill shot. The Sun variant has a larger range and applies a damage over time. The Moon variant stuns for a short time and knocks the target back. And the Star variant is a faster projectile and leaves a trail that gives a move speed boost. The Sun conjunct is a larger circle that does more skill damage and burns a little bit more. Adina's W is Astral Triane. It's a triangle AoE that has a wind up. Hitting an enemy with it deals some damage and slows. The Sun variant applies a damage over time. The Moon variant makes it a stun instead of a slow, and the Star variant makes it activate faster and makes allies immune to crowd control. The Moon conjunct makes it do damage twice, stunning and then slowing anyone hit by it. Adina's E is Faded Horizon. It's a point-and-click skill that does some damage, and after a short time deals AoE damage around and onto the target. The Sun variant gives the AoE a larger range and applies the damage over time. The Moon variant makes the AoE stun, and the Star variant makes the projectile faster and the AoE heals allies now. The Star conjunct makes the AoE leave a puddle that heals allies inside it. It's a lot. But just to make it a little bit simpler, just remember, Sun is damage over time, Moon is crowd control, and Stars go fast. Oh, and the max order I like is EWQ passive. And you put a point into R every time it comes up. I prefer this way just because it leaves your Q open for an escape or kiting tool. And mathematically, using Moon conjunct over Sun conjunct is actually more damage, since Moon conjunct is 2 full instances of your W damage, and Sun conjunct is a small percentage of your original Q damage. So listen, if you haven't noticed yet, this character is very complicated. Even more so that your star signs are completely random. You're gonna need to figure out how to spend them at a glance. It's a lot. Yeah, it really is. So I'm just gonna explain what the game plan is. Generally, I will spend star signs on Q, Moon signs on W, and Sun signs on E. I'll also use my R passive conjunct on Moon signs on the W. The conjunct Suns and the conjunct Stars seem to be a lot more useful in a duo and squad setting. In fights, I try to get a Sun E started on them to begin the second part of it. The AoE is quite easy to dodge for most characters, so the key is to stun them with a Moon W or slow them with a Star W so they cannot escape it. You should use an empowered Moon W for an even bigger CC, and it's 2 instances of W damage. Star Q and Moon Q are both best for helping with kiting and creating a distance. Using Sun Q is good to try to poke a running target or someone outside the range of your E, but it's super specific if you even want to waste a Sun sign on it. Also, you should try to get in the habit of resetting your star signs when you get out of combat by like just throwing out random abilities to generate a new 5. You should never go into a fight against another player missing star signs. Yeah, so that's what I think is the right way to play Adina. She's difficult. But if you do like these overly complicated characters, like I do, then Adina is the one for you. If something does get discovered in the future about this character, I will be making an update video for it. But unless there's a major item change or a major patch or something, I don't see this guide being invalidated. We'll see if that ages well. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.